feel like my mind has a much greater capacity than my body does, so I'd rather...
All right, welcome back everyone to episode 4, I believe. We're on now. Today we have our special guest, the first female to appear on the podcast.
Hey guys, it's me. Guess who? Dang it, they already heard my laugh.
All right. Okay, care to introduce yourself?
Yes.
Yeah.
My name's Quincy. I am a fellow T-Wolf. I will also be releasing a podcast soon, so stay tuned. I'm sure they'll shout me out because they're good boys.
Oh, of course we will. You know we will, Quincy.
Would you like a bev at this time, Quincy?
You know, I'd love a bev.
Anything specific about your bev today?
5/8 cup of ice. As anybody who knows me well knows that's what I prefer.
5/8.
Yeah, 5/8 is the container.
That
The
is
thing, I'm a
safe
mathematician and I know fractions real well.
Calculus who?
Oh,
wow.
that is crushed ice. Yeah, right.
Perfect.
Wait.
And water, of course.
That's gonna sound so nice.
That already does sound really
you.
nice.
We ASMR on the
So
side.
where did you come up with the 5/8 rule ratio for
Lots of trial and error, I assume.
Well, you see here, I'm a really particular person in every way of life. And I think I get that kind of from my dad. And this is getting way deeper than 5/8. But growing up, my dad is like the king of Diet Coke. And at restaurants, either me or my sister will always have to go fill his up. So I'm super used to like catering to how much ice he wants and like to what line.
okay.
So I think then I just started
adopting
being
that.
really aware.
So
of
does
how
he
much
also
ice
do the
I
5/8?
like. He probably does about half, but like usually in a 32-ounce cup, the base is more narrow, so
okay.
it's not
So
quite
it's-
5/8 of the actual container. Just like his.
Okay.
His is more of a halfway line though.
That kind of reminds me, my brother, before he had his license, he was complaining about having to pay for gas because I would drive him around everywhere, and he's like, I'm not even driving. All right, so we came up with the rule where I paid for 2/7 of the gas because 1/4 wasn't enough, and then 1/3 was too much, So 2/7 was what we decided on, which makes it really frustrating to calculate.
Yeah, no kidding. I'm kind of particular too. I figured out about how much ice I like in my water bottle. I figured that for I think it's 1 ice cube for every 10 ounces. I know, it's kind of weird. But no, it works perfectly because like with that amount of water, by the time I get to school, the ice is melted and it's like this perfect, like not ice cold, but not like getting to room temp yet.
Yeah. See, I love the feeling of taking a drink in my Hydro Flask and hearing the ice.
Really?
Like
That's interesting.
Yeah,
Sounds that please you.
Yes.
Pleasurable noises.
All right, so we kind of wanted to talk to you about your name, actually. So where does it come from?
Well, you see here, my parents are some thoughtful people. I'm the 5th child, and those of you who know math know Quinn is 5. And I think they just like the name,
English.
so
Yeah.
yep.
All right, that's actually really cool.
My name would be Tetra Tanner.
But none of my siblings
Tetranner.
work with that. It's just my name.
Number 4. Wait, am I number? I am. Well, I forgot what number I was.
Would you say you are a fan of your name?
Yeah, I like my name. I like that it's unique but not unheard of. And I think Q is just kind of fun because lots of nicknames and diversity.
When I was younger, I used to wish my parents named me Quinn because I really like Q more than C.
Right, rather than Clyn.
I
I didn't like Tanner that much
Really?
for a while. I just thought it was really bland, and like I always knew another Tanner. Or like there was like I would always hear someone say Tanner in the halls, and there was another Tanner. I didn't feel like I had an iconic name to match my iconic self. Okay, no, I'm fine with it now. Go by T Marsh.
I feel like Clyn and Quincy almost sound the same
Quincy?
now. Quincy, yeah. My name comes from my mom had a conductor that really liked it.
Conductor?
Her name Clyn.
What kind of
she
conductor?
like musical. Yeah.
Oh, I'm thinking
I'm
like
like,
a train.
No, yeah. So that's where my name comes from. If anyone was wondering.
Interesting.
Yeah.
I've never heard it anywhere else.
Really?
Really.
I feel like I haven't either.
No,
but
yeah.
I probably have. So Tanner told me that you were the youngest in your family.
Yeah, that's facts.
Do you-
5 for 5.
5?
Five
So
for
you're the
5.
5th. Okay.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Hence
Quincy.
the name.
Yeah. So do you like being the youngest?
Yeah, I do. It definitely has its pros and cons.
Mm-hmm. What's its biggest pro?
Biggest pro, I think, is just that I get to watch my siblings do everything else, and then I feel like I have a better perspective.
Do you
of
feel
what I
like
need
a
to
lot
do.
of pressure to like live up to how good or bad they did, you know?
Yeah, I would say so. My oldest sister has 2 master's degrees, so that's kind of just
wow.
like hung over all of us, I think.
Yeah,
And all my
geez.
siblings have done well and been successful, and I don't feel like too much pressure. It's more of like an example over anything. And it's not that I've never like not wanted those same areas of success, so to me it's just like validating that we're similar in that we all want those same types of things.
So what would you say is the biggest con?
Biggest con, I think, is just that no matter how old you're getting, like I'm 18 now, I've experienced what I would consider a lot, and I feel like I'm doing cool things and gaining awesome perspective. But to my siblings, especially the older ones, they will always view me as
younger.
baby cute.
Yeah.
And
Okay.
even if I want to interject in a conversation and I have any piece of advice, even if it is a good piece of advice, it's always validated less, at least on my end. I'm sure they don't mean that by any means.
No,
Yeah.
I've definitely noticed
I
that
understand that,
recently.
for
sure. Yeah.
At least like with my little sister. So she's a freshman right now. And I was looking through my photos the other day, and I came across like my freshman year, and I was looking at everything I was doing, and I was like, it just kind of clicked like, oh, she's that age right now, and everything I was doing my freshman year was like so much more than what I would think she's doing like right now. Like I don't view her as I viewed myself back at that time, you know? Because like I would go and hang out with my brother and his friends when they were like seniors and juniors, and I would go climbing with them. Heck, I was setting up the rope half the time. And like
Yeah.
I don't know if I would bring her along to set up the equipment. Well, I mean, like not that she knows how, anyways. But it's just like I don't know. It's weird that like I would always go and hang out with them, but I've never really thought to really invite her along.
Yeah.
Yeah, that's interesting.
So shout out to my brothers for letting me hang out with them.
So, if you could, would you trade like being the youngest? Would you take the oldest or middle or?
I don't think I would, because I think the cons of being the oldest are worse than the cons of being
Really?
the youngest.
Yeah.
No, totally.
Like having to babysit all the time, and
Oh.
I think your parents are probably more strict on you because they haven't seen all that go through.
Oh yeah.
No, my parents are so
And-
lenient.
Oh
on me.
yeah. Well,
Yeah,
so I'm
I'm
the oldest.
Pretty self-governed.
Yeah. I'm the oldest, and my parents, just feel like they were so uptight on me when I was in 9th grade, and now my other siblings are going through that, and it's like, why do they not get the same treatment?
Exactly, yeah.
So yeah, I do feel like, and I feel like younger parents are a lot more uptight, especially like because it's their first child.
Yeah.
They don't really know,
That's the thing
They
too.
want
Like
to be
pressures
as
of like,
preventative as they can.
Yeah.
but like pressures of being the oldest too. Like you kind of like almost like set the standard
Set
for
the
the
bar,
family.
Yeah.
And like I'm grateful for my older siblings like doing that and like setting kind of a high standard for all of us to follow in, like between sports and academics and all those things. Because I don't think I would be involved in half the things I'm involved with if it wasn't for my older siblings.
Really? Yeah. I feel like when I got to high school, it was really new because I had no one to like tell me anything.
Yeah.
Really.
Oh yeah, totally.
Makes
And so,
sense.
and I in a way, I like that quite a bit because I got to choose, what I wanted to do. Like, I didn't have any older sibling who went and played soccer all 4 years, so I didn't have to go and play soccer for all 4 years. And so I ended up stopping and running cross country, which is like new. And now my younger brother does it and he really likes it. But it's not necessarily standard. Well, at least I hope it's not, because my little sister wants to play soccer, so.
Yeah, which is totally fine. Like all my siblings have actually done different things. I'm just glad that they were all involved. Like my oldest sister did cheer and then student council, while my oldest brother did choir and then cross country. Then the next one did cross country as well, but then got into photography a lot. So I tried doing cross country and I couldn't do it, but luckily my oldest brother introduced me to climbing, which I have no idea how else I would have found it.
Okay,
So,
yeah.
all that.
All right, kind of shifting gears a little bit. We wanted to ask you, so you dance, right?
Yeah, baby.
If you didn't dance, what do you think you would be doing?
Well, As you can't
really
tell
thought
now
of
because
that.
I'm sitting down, or if you're listening, I'm only 5'3", so basketball doesn't sound too good, or volleyball, and I'm also terribly uncoordinated with most things with a ball. I am the secretary of the spikeball club.
Wait, so did your siblings do any sports?
My sister that's closest to my age danced for a good chunk of her life, and then she stopped. And my 2 older sisters played lacrosse, and so did my brother. And so none of them are like diehard
Sports fanatics.
Yeah, for sure.
Okay.
So it was never such of an expectation for me, but I think I would love to be great at basketball. I think that's so awesome.
So yeah.
But I think
wish
if
I
I
was
didn't
good.
dance, I think it'd be so fun to be on the golf team
The golf team, that would
at
be cool.
Tim. But I think if I had to genuinely pursue something, I'd want to be a gymnast because
Really? Oh, that would be
Gymnastics
really
would be
cool.
so cool.
it'd be so awesome.
I feel like as I get older, though, like, I wish that I'd played golf at a younger age.
Yeah,
you know
golf
what I mean?
is so
Because golf
awesome.
becomes so popular when you're in your 40s,
That's
50s.
true.
You know?
Yeah, and
There's
as
so
a
many things I
girl,
wish I
that
tried younger.
opens so many opportunities for scholarships, and
Mm.
I think my dad would also just dedicate his life to me if I was a golf player. He's always wanted one of us to golf because he was captain of the golf team, and he loves him some Phil Mickelson and all that
Phil
good stuff.
Mickelson. Yeah.
Okay, if you had to pursue something though, like not related to sports at all, what would you do?
Like, so it can't be gymnastics then?
No, like what would you pursue though if it wasn't sports? Like not athletic at least. So like
Okay.
artistic or
Ooh.
I don't know what else is there?
I don't know what you would pursue.
Debate
What is
club.
there?
I don't know. there's-
Future farmers of America.
Boom. I guess there's really not that much else. I mean, you have all your art stuff, and
Well,
there's a
mean,
lot there.
You can go
Yeah.
to college and get a degree, right?
Yeah.
So have you looked into colleges based off of your profession? Like what you want to do in life? Or
I'm definitely not pursuing dance. Sorry to let you guys down out there. Just kidding. But yeah, I've just kind of come to the consensus that if I did pursue dance, I realize my body isn't going to sustain me for a lifetime, and I feel like my mind has a much greater capacity than my body does, so I'd rather invest in that area. And it's been a part of my life for such a long time that I feel like I've had a good run, and not that I'm like ready to close that chapter. I get really nostalgic and emotional about it, not gonna lie.
she's
But-
announcing her retirement right now.
Yeah.
CT scan. You heard
This
it
is
first.
Yep. 4 more months, but I am just like ready for my number one to be something else. So as of now, I am pursuing personal financial planning.
Okay.
I always want to do something business related, just because I feel like I just kind of have that personality. I vibe with getting things done well and efficiency, etc. I did attend financial planning camp over the summer. Call me a goober. And,
where was that?
At UVU.
UVU.
Ranked,
Okay.
They're ranked second in the nation, which is really awesome.
So are you looking into UVU? mostly?
Yes, as of now. So I got scholarships from that over the summer, and just got to network with a bunch of awesome professionals and present for an hour. That's a whole nother
Really?
thing.
You got to present an hour straight.
Yeah.
We can barely do a podcast for 20
I know.
minutes with
It was-
3 of
I
us.
feel like we could.
Well, like if we planned these out a bit more, we
Yeah,
probably
for
could.
sure.
Yeah. Oh,
So
yeah.
that's the plan. Because also, like, I want to be a mom, and sounds cliche, blah, blah, blah. But that's just a career that's super flexible and dependable, that I can be a mom if I want to, but it's also every single thing I'm learning in that is super valuable for life.
Do you have
Sorry.
something?
No, go ahead.
Oh,
Go ahead.
by all means. Okay. No, just one thing that I really liked that you said there was about how you think your mind has a stronger capacity than your
Yeah.
body does. And I mean, like, I know we all love sports and things like that, and like I don't know,
The mental side.
yeah, but like also like the gratification or fulfillment you get
Oh,
from
yeah.
like doing
Oh,
hard
yeah.
things and pushing your body.
Mm-hmm.
But it's also like that's been one of the hard things is I know like at one point I'm gonna peak
Mhm.
for reals and
Yeah.
then pass my prime, and then like I can't really pursue it as hardcore anymore.
Right.
But I just think it's really cool that like that your mind is gonna hold like the greatest capabilities for
Right.
you,
Yeah.
and that kind of shifts into what we want to talk about a little bit more.
Well, so kind of jumping into that mental aspect, I was thinking about the other day what kind of sets apart the greatest athletes from each other, and I honestly believe it's their mental side. You
I
know,
agree.
Quincy and I were actually kind of having a conversation about meditation and mindfulness before we started this. Do you want to talk about that a little bit?
Yeah, for sure. I think mindfulness to me has become more of like a lifestyle instead of like deciding to be mindful just in one instance. But I think just like it's almost a space for self-control and to realize that every day really is a choice to make it good or bad. That sounds, once again, a bit cliche.
I'm pretty sure there's a sign over there that says it's a good day to have a good day.
Yeah.
Or is it great?
A lot of mental decisions. You know?
But it's also just you have the choice to react positively or negatively in every situation. And I don't know, I used to be really into meditating. I've been kind of slacking lately. But yeah, I feel like to me, being mindful is just really being in touch with yourself and understanding what you need to do in order for things to be successful.
So that's something big for me, like being in touch with yourself and what you said about reacting to situations.
Yeah.
So before I started meditating a little bit like sophomore year, just using the Headspace app. But I started, like, I guess I technically, technically before this, I was doing a form of meditation that I didn't even realize could be classified as meditation.
Yeah.
When I started to take cold showers all the time. And the reason why I started that was I just
Darcy,
wanted to have
out there, cold showers.
Darcy.
No, that sounds horrible.
No, I do them. I can't take warm showers now, honestly.
Really?
It's really weird. But now I take them in the dark, and it's really weird. This whole ritual, it's kind of weird. But the reason why I started it was for climbing and just overall life, reacting to situations, because I can step into this cold shower and I can freak out, tense up, and feel like my soul's being sucked out of me. Or I can kind of just recognize, okay, I'm just gonna feel cold, but not let my body react to the stimulus, which helped a lot with climbing, because so many times your forearms will just be burning, but you can just
have to go through.
Yeah, but you can just acknowledge it and be okay, I'm pumped. You know, my forearms are pumped out, but that doesn't mean I'm gonna freak out and start tensing up more. You just kind of acknowledge it, relax, and keep going. And I don't know, I think it's really cool, especially when I'm in the shower and I'm just up there just chilling. I'm wow, I'm literally freezing, but I don't really react to it. I'm oh, that's neat. And then when you get out of the shower, you warm up so much. Pardon my phone. You warm up so much and it feels so nice.
Yeah.
And then I hop in bed.
I totally get that.
Cozy on up.
Shower, but I think what you think in the cold shower is cool.
Yeah.
I was going to eat an orange in it last night. Shout out to Reese Penrod.
Eat an orange in the shower?
I didn't have any.
Oh, that's interesting.
Instead, I just drank some water.
He also has a playlist for eating oranges in the shower on Spotify.
That's awesome.
Except for they're not
I do enjoy Reese's.
Yeah, regular showers
Spotify.
with a cold orange.
Cold orange,
is what
right.
he says. I'm
So when I was in the bulk of the cross-country season, I would meditate every day for 10 minutes. And I have stopped because I'm lazy.
Yeah.
But it was something I really actually enjoyed, and I really saw a difference, which really sounds weird if you think about it. Doing nothing but focusing on your breath for 10 minutes a day is going to help you run. You know what I mean? That sounds kind of weird. But it's not about the physical aspect, It's about your brain training itself to focus.
Awesome. Yeah.
No, that's a big thing for me back when I was in the midst of when my life was super busy between climbing and school with AP classes. I found that as I was more focused in my classes, that focus would translate over back into climbing. But when I'm in a class and all I can think about is going climbing, then I would get to climbing and I'm there and I would just kind of lose focus again like I was in classes. So I really love trying to be focused, be exactly where you are, because it'll kind of carry over into all the other parts of your life.
For sure.
Yeah. You got anything else, Quincy?
I was going to say something about meditation, but I'm having a hard time getting... Oh, I was going to say that when I was in a better phase of meditating, lately I've been bad because for some reason I just am not waking up to my alarms. I don't know what's going on. I've been sick for quite a while. Excuse my man-sounding voice. But I feel even just when I'd meditate for about 7 minutes, first thing when I'd wake up, I'd get to school feeling like I had been awake and ready and live for so long and that I had already accomplished something great when it was 7 minutes of literally sitting crisscross applesauce on my bed, moving my neck in circles, warming up my fascia, and breathing deeply and just like coming to terms with myself.
So I tried to meditate in the morning.
That doesn't work for me.
And I would always fall asleep.
Yeah, that's what I was about to bring up.
Oh, yeah.
Well,
So-
I think I would usually like...
After a cold shower, I would have fallen asleep. But
Yeah,
I would get up and like do my prayers and then go brush my teeth and then come back to it.
Okay.
So I would like do a few things to get ready and then go back to it.
yeah, because like just sitting up and trying to do that, I feel
No,
like
I
it
would
would be
be done
so
for.
hard.
Yeah. All right,
Then the lights are on.
let's kind of transition here. Sorry, to cut you
you're
off.
good.
But we only have a couple more minutes here. We wanted to ask you a couple. We've kind of been heavy on the subject, so we kind of wanted to ask you some lighthearted, fun questions.
Okay.
I thought these were highly controversial.
Yeah, but they're at the same time highly controversial.
Exactly.
So, do you
Podcast
pour the milk in the bowl before the cereal or the cereal before the milk?
Cereal and then the milk.
I do too.
Of course, everyone does, except for the select few monsters out there
I
in the
remember
world.
there's a Diary of a Wimpy Kid on that. I don't know if you guys read that, but I thought it was so funny because there's a whole thing on it, and it was hilarious.
Was it like what the 15th one or something? Or?
I don't know.
I only
They're
read
all
like
the same.
I
so.
only read like the 9th. Okay, toilet paper. Does it go over or does it come out underneath?
Over by a landslide.
Yep.
I agree.
Oh wow! Look at all us
Yeah.
like-minded people around here.
Toilet paper.
I already said that.
Crumpled
Oh.
or folded.
Oh.
I kind of do both.
What?
Really?
Mostly
Origami?
folded.
Origami.
Get a little
Make a little crane.
That is animal abuse.
It's definitely a crane.
That is horrible. I'm so sorry, PETA. Okay. Caramel or caramel?
Caramel.
Caramel. I don't know who says caramel.
Hey Siri, define caramel.
Carmel means.
Carmel. Ooh.
Oh, that says a city in West California.
I think they're two different things if I'm being
Define
honest.
caramel.
Carmel means.
No, caramel.
But
I'm
sometimes
saying
you
caramel.
see it spelled Caramel, and sometimes
So, okay.
it's just Carmel.
I have a question though.
Okay.
Do you say crayon or crayon?
Crayon.
It's like one of
No
those things
one-
where you
Pass me
know
that
it's
crayon.
wrong.
I'm sorry. No
Yeah.
one says crayon. No one says crayon. Pass me that crayon. Everyone says crayon. And
Yo, boy,
whether
do you take my purple
Especially,
crayon?
do you think little kids can say that? No.
Yeah, exactly. And like the same with mountain. No one consciously
No, that's
says
Utah.
mountain.
Well, that's Utah.
That's Utah.
Yeah.
Which is funny that
Maybe.
we say Utah, not Utah.
Oh,
Utah.
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 That's
Woman,
because
Utah.
it's more about
Because you have no
the
other
T.
choice.
Yeah, the T has
the
the
end
emphasis.
can let you bounce it down.
Mountain.
Bounce it down.
But when you're like casually saying mountain, you know what I mean?
Yeah.
Like you don't
Yeah.
say.
But then again, like,
mountain.
I really don't
some people
hear.
do. Like people I know that aren't from Utah don't say it
Just
like that.
like
Maybe.
who-
Like people I dance with.
Oh, okay. Strange. Interesting. What
Um.
else we got in here? Okay. Pants. Do you zip then button, or do you button and then zip?
Zip then button.
That is
And apparently
so weird.
I zip
That's
them button too.
really
I don't understand
Rare.
how people do it the other way.
Well, it's
Yeah,
not that
so
weird.
dumb.
It's just like but it's like you know how your flies down.
I feel like see that's the thing is I feel like if I button first I would forget.
Well,
but also just
I would hope you wouldn't forget. But yeah, okay, I get
I
that.
don't know.
Maybe
but
that's
if
how
you
people
button
do
first,
forget.
then you have to like fish for the zipper and just
That's
Yeah,
true. That's the only
that's
thing. That's the
true.
only thing sometimes.
And sometimes
It's
the
just
zipper's facing the wrong way.
And
too.
you're like,
yeah, and you're
fiddling
you're like
around.
fiddling down there. Yeah.
What you doing?
All right. How much time?
Do we have
we
any
got?
others? Oh. What is the order in whist? How do you Nesquik? Powder or milk then powder?
powder than milk.
Milk and powder
What?
for sure.
What?
If you put in the powder and then the milk, it gets all clumpy at
Oh,
the
I
bottom.
No,
love
you just
the
gotta-
clumps at the
oh.
bottom.
I
That's
hate
true.
it.
No.
It tastes so good.
Okay, that is another thing you're very particular about
Yeah.
with your Nesquik. You literally.
See, the thing is, I only
Loads.
eat Nesquik at Maddie's. Shout out to Maddie Nielsen. She always has Nesquik at her house. No one in her family eats it. It's just for me.
But no, you
That's
put
awesome.
so much powder in there.
Yeah,
It's
because I
literally
need it really chocolatey.
Oh, that's funny.
real rich.
All
you
right.
know?
Well, we need to wrap this up here. I'm running
Mm-hmm.
late for my soccer tournament. Sorry, Isaac
Oh.
and Nate and all those
Oh, is it
guys.
PG
Yeah,
Midnight Madness or
PG
whatever?
Midnight Madness. Yeah.
No,
You.
Not you.
Oh.
this is a good one.
I just. Yeah.
Any final last words for the fans, Quincy? Besides the doff.
Nope. Maybe next time. If there is a next time. I doubt
Alright.
it. Just kidding.
Right on.
Like, subscribe,
Right.
Comment where you can.
Right on.
We're done.
Right on.